Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL Pro League for North America. We're about to head into our second map between C9 and the Renegades. C9 just took the knife round, so they're going to get their side to start off. Whereas the Renegades, unfortunately, are going to have to jump probably onto the T side. We actually may see C9 start off with the T side as well. That wouldn't be too surprising, as Dust2 is a map where they have chosen to do that before, and they're going to choose it again tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't really much matter on this map. There's not really any one side that's particularly dominant, so no big deal either way. Cloud9 obviously feeling a little bit more confident in their T side. I was told that I just went very, very loud, so hopefully it's fixed now.
Yeah, he does sound loud, Mr. Producer. So, I guess we'll tell Moses to shut up for like 2 minutes.
Why not?
And see if it fixes it, but yeah, not the best of luck with our VoIP tonight. But anyway, we are live into the pistol round now. And it's going to be C9 on the T side and Renegades jumping onto the CT side. C9 stacking most of their players just outside of the long doors to start this off. Azza is going to be resisting this, just leaving himself out in the open. He can spot the presence here, but unfortunately not really going to be able to react to anything such as that. But now C9 go for a very big and a very loud push up through Cat. And very quickly looking to take control. Yam also sneaks his way through. That smoke on Xbox is going to prevent any of the T's from spotting him, so he's going to be able to jump up. You seal up, catching the first kill on the Freakazoid. Yam coming up behind on the flank too, and there we go. They're just going to be shutting this down unless they can respond back, and that's not going to be the case. Ustilo finds nothing. Skadoodle trying to sneak his way in there for a plant, but it's not going to be happening. He grabs a 4K on the pistol round, and Renegades start off strong here on the CT side.
That was an insane pistol round out of Ustilo. That was some really, really sick stuff. 4 kills, but some really, really nice shots at range. Cloud9 had nothing to really block him off. There was no smokes. They had no flashes to toss over, and he was just picking them apart at that range. And now, actually, we see a double scout out of Renegades. Yam and Sponge both picking that up. One SMG, JKS has that, and Cloud9 streaming over towards the B bomb site with 3 members. They have some utility. They have 2 smokes to work with, and some deagles as well, but what a shot from Yam, jumping onto Shroud.
With Yam picking up that first kill on the Shroud, Renegades just start themselves off hot once again. C9 going to be regrouping their players over here outside the mid doors and getting ready to push into it too. Hazard is going to be resisting this, and Freakazoid is just going to walk right into it for the first one, and Yam bouncing a nade over, connects the second kill onto Stewie. Hazard getting aggressive at this point. He just wants to shut it down, moves in, catches another kill on the Skadoodle. Nothing's going to follow suit. He did dink Hazard down to 1 HP without any kills. That's 0 impact from C9 this time, going onto the side of the Renegades. Starting off really well here with these anti-eco victories.
Yeah, this is that was a really, really good second round out of Renegades. That shot from Yam, that opening on a Shroud was just dirty. But now Cloud9, yeah, they don't do any damage. Now they upgraded a couple pistols, but there's nothing they can really invest into. They won flashbang out of nothing, looking like it should just be another relatively easy mop-up. With one player in lower B, it's all on Ustilo to watch lower. He's the only one at this A bomb site. A little bit of a slow reaction. Actually gets dinked out immediately and then taken out by Skadoodle. So really nice shots from Cloud9. That should have been an opportunity for him to take a lot of kills at range.
And C9 bouncing back a little bit now after getting control of the long area. Freakazoid popping out, actually getting some good connections on Azza. Very stable with the shots. Able to eliminate him, but Yam's going to be rolling in for some revenge, and he gets it. Nothing gets absolutely destroyed as he attempts to cross back over there through middle and brings it back down to a 3 versus 3, but they still have the ultimate advantage now as they're pushing into this A bomb site, and there's no one from Renegades that's really here to resist this. Yam's going to fall back now, but it's too late as they're up on the bomb site. Molly's going to connect, should do some nice burn damage onto some of those guys. It was actually the HE that did most of it, bringing Skadoodle down to about 21 HP, but Yam's unable to find the exact location of some of these final players left. He spots him now. They're both up on the ramp, but he's not going to catch any of them, and Skadoodle moving out. Can't pick up that second kill as Sponge trades him out, and now as he pushes back in, he's been found by Freakazoid, down to a 1 versus 1 after JKS finds another kill on his Shroud, but Freakazoid going to tag JKS, bringing him down to 28. And JKS is going to be unable to win that long-range duel. Freakazoid finding the final kill, a big play from him, getting 3 kills on the scout and upsetting before Cloud9 even really get the guns into their hands.
Yeah, that was sick from Freakazoid. A very nicely timed flank with the the P250, excuse me. Does massive damage and just cleans out that ram. A little bit of a small pause here as there was a disconnect, but he's already back in, so it should go clear. Should start back up any second, and it does. But just it's so interesting that Cloud9 is able to win that round when the round before, where they had invested into the deagles, the Tech 9s, the smokes and everything, they didn't make anything work. That round, They're able to get in, get the plant, and win out the clutch in the end. So good stuff. Renegades is going to buy back into this. They didn't take any losses into the second round, so they didn't have to rebuy anything. So they actually have an AWP on Yam, and this might catch Cloud9 a little bit off guard that this weapon is going to be out.
And so now the push, once again, surrounding itself over here towards A long. Ustilo already spotting that Shroud had placed himself behind the dumpster there. Shroud's going to have to use his smoke a little bit early on here, but the flashbang comes out, really not going to connect all that much, just using that to get Shroud back to a safe position. But then there's Skadoodle taking out Yam and dropping the early op here. Ustilo will trade back another blow onto Shroud, bring it back down into control of a 4v4, but once again, Renegades have given up the A side control in hopes of holding long. So Cloud9 just going to push themselves up through Cat, and Stewie's going to have no trouble at all, just putting the bomb on the ground for free. Whereas the rest of the CTs, they can't even really rotate successfully because C9 is still completely outside of the site. There's Freakazoid picking up a kill into JKS. They maintain tunnels control. Sponge is going to have to be careful crossing over here because of the fact that there's still that presence from Freakazoid, and they have more close by. And back outside of Long, they've got nothing waiting inside of the Long doors. So he's going to pick up one kill on Naza. Ustilo trades it back, but still down in a 2v3. And with one of them still stuck, pushing now inside of the tunnels, but still stuck near the B bomb site, not going to be a whole lot of hope. They're all falling back now to regroup and save their guns as C9 just walk all over them in this round.
Yeah, again, Freakazoid only gets one kill, but it's the crucial one. It's JKS and lower tunnels who's going to rotate over to help at this A bomb site. Just that one kill really separates Sponge from any kind of attempted retake, so they have to call for a save at that point. They don't have the manpower that's going to be available to retake the site, so it's only one kill in the round, but it's very, very impactful from Freakazoid. Nicely done from him, and 2-2 now. And there is going to be a little bit of an investment into this from Renegades because they still have that AWP. They still have the AK-47 on Ustilo. They have a FAMAS on JKS, and they just bring up two pistols beside it. So still an opportunity here for Renegades to get back on the horse and start winning some rounds together. Flash comes out, Molotov as well towards Skadoodle. He misses the initial shot. And Renegades now has long control.
And C9 looking for some control of the tunnels too. Yam's going to try to get aggressive. He's got JKS behind him, but JKS not even sure if he wants to peek it now. Nothing's found that first kill. Didn't connect on a nothing. Brings him down to just 2 HP, but ultimately they still dominate the playing field here. This attempt at getting aggressive for the Renegades has not worked out at all. The Shroud's just going to wait for the push from Hazard, shuts him down, and Ustilo is going to get himself into a duel versus Stewie. He's been completely flashed, almost recovers, brings Stewie down to 5 HP, but unfortunately, Sponge is now going to be the last man alive as the Opper. And he doesn't really have a whole lot of ground to work with here. C9, for the third time in a row now, just going to waltz right up onto the A-bomb, so get the plant, and Sponge will be looking to save as we head into the closing moments of the 5th round.
That's tough stuff. Cloud9 just outlasts the pressure that Renegades put on, and now, I mean, look at this save. There's no way Sponge gets out of this round with this AWP. Everyone encroaching from Cloud9 from different angles. One in B tunnels, he can't fall back that way. It's going to be a second in B tunnels, and now 2-3 coming from CT spawn. Sponge is already brought so low, and Skadoodle's going to win that battle with a quick peek. So 3 rounds for Cloud9. Finally, Renegades is forced into a full save situation. And absolutely nothing they can bring into this round. They could upgrade some pistols. They have some money for that. They have bought through this losing bonus a little bit, but this pressure that's about to alleviate because they can't buy is going to allow Cloud9 to build up some bank. And Renegades are going to have to go forward with more than likely a 2-4 deficit.
So just going to see the CZs and P250s this time from the CT side, but the aggression continues, and this time it's much more forward. Unfortunately, things don't start off very well. Stewie, Freak, and Shroud all finding kills. Freak probably going to pick up a second one here, and in fact, Tishao takes down Sponge. Yam's the last man alive on Cat, only because he was the only player that did not decide to push out towards the middle to aggress against C9, so not a whole lot he can do. Camp besides the steps, maybe wait for a player to come in his direction, but everybody on C9's ignoring Cat for this exact reason, just sitting back outside the long doors, waiting for that final player to come in towards them. And as soon as they find him, well, it should be easy pickings. Maybe we'll catch one trade or two if it's timing, I should say, works out in the favor of Yam, but if not, then C9 get another round where they don't even really lose anybody. And that's been the case now as of the last round as well.
Yeah, they haven't even taken any damage. Look at this stack as well. Nothing, and Freakazoid just ready for this flank to come in. Yam's not going to be prepared for this whatsoever. Spray through the door. Notice this 2 there. Actually, takes very little damage from that, but still going for another kill. Trying to get them close up, and he does find a dink on a Freakazoid. Not able to close it out, but another 3 kill for Freak. It's going to give Cloud9 their 4th, and this next round is going to be the buy. Yam, as we've been seeing, even back towards Train, he's more than willing to go for this glass cannon AWP. No armor, no utility. He'll have a smoke behind it, more than likely. But not a whole lot of options other than that. Everyone else should be pretty solid, with Cloud9 sitting pretty with plenty of money in the bank, a good lead going on, and an opportunity to abuse Renegades even further.
Freakazoid already out towards long, and actually, there's a good molly that's thrown out that actually holds back the CTs from pushing quite a bit, too. So he's going to get his good position behind Dumpster. The CTs had their own molly to throw out, so it holds back any more of the reinforcements, but I don't think anybody except for Freakazoid was supposed to come out here anyway. He's going to peek it a little bit. Turns out to be a mistake, because Steel is ready for that exact position, as I had Shroud going in there, I believe in the pistol round, too. So that takes him down. And finally, C9 are going to be in the disadvantaged position to start off this round. It's been the opposite case now for the past 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, but they've done good damage. Yam is low, Still is low, both sitting right around 25 HP. The question is, Cloud9, they do have catwalk control. Stewie's up there with a flashbang. So maybe a little bit of a distraction over towards the bomb site. Yam is going to be blinded. He's going to have to fall back, but Azure hasn't moved from his perch in CT spawn. This is going to attempt to be a mid to B split. 2 coming out mid, 2 in upper B tunnels. But there's plenty of defense here for Renegades, especially as Azure jumps on top of the box, peers over the smoke. Great shot from Stewie to open things up. Shroud trades as well. All on JKS, back of the platform. Molotov's off. They don't know he's here quite yet. Biding his time. There's a kill out of Skadoodle. He can't convert the kill into nothing just yet, and nothing actually does find him in the end. A 1-on-2 situation, but nothing has a great chance here, as these are the 2 players who've been severely weakened.
Molly's going to roll in there, trying to get some damage into nothing quickly, so denying him the plant. He'll just relocate, setting himself behind the boxes, though, and still will be able to go for that. And they're very slow getting themselves in position here behind the wall, but nothing gets baited out. Attempted to go for that first shot, but it's going to miss the connection. A second one as well, as it gets a bit dangerous there with him peeking all the way out. And unfortunately, he leaves himself out for too long, as Yam's going to be able to roll back in through the window area, shut out nothing. And the defuse will be coming in from the Renegades. So finally, they strike back after seemingly just falling by the wayside to C9 for these past 4 rounds. Keep it back close now, 3-4, but C9 sitting on plenty of cash because of how successful some of these previous rounds had been.
Yeah, 2 ops now for Renegades. Still very low in terms of their money. They're going to have to buy out and invest a lot into this. Meanwhile, Cloud9 has a lot that they can still blow through. They have a couple rounds worth of buys going on. They only have a single op. That's in Stewie's hands right now, just because he has the spawn for long. He wants to go for this pick, and he's going to find it. Yam's a little bit late getting there. Stewie punishes that. He's going to pass it back over towards Skadoodle. But another advantage for Cloud9 into this round.
Steelo pushing up a little bit here, too, to those long doors, maybe wanting to find a trade if he can get in here successfully, but not going to be the case. Just holding the door in case C9 try to push out, but all their presence is shifted back over here towards the tunnels once more. Probably not going to be executing out on the site just as of yet. Just hoping to get some good control and making sure they're not going to get pressured by the CTs. They move some of their players out for that mid control. 3 stacked here, 2 placing them just outside of the tunnel, so they're going to repeat the mid to B split. Went okay last time. A little bit more, hoping at least that they'll find a couple less trades this time, and it can be just a straightforward push. But the tunnels player is going to come in a little bit late. They've been smoked off. The mid execution rolls back in. Freakazoid down to 17 HP. Same thing as nothing, down to 22. So this push is going to be a little bit rough. JKS even finding that first kill. Sponge and JKS will actually find 2 more. Finally, there's Skadoodle picking one up, but the hold is great beyond that. They shut it down. Sponge picking up 2 kills that round. A big play from him, and on the site itself, nicely done with all that pressure rolling in.
Yeah, Cloud9 tries to do the same exploit once again, coming in for that mid to B split. And this time, I mean, with 1 player down on the Renegade side, they had no one watching mid, but it was the op of Sponge and Window Room. A couple long-range shots that he actually missed, but he had great opportunity to get those kills and thin things out, but he holds strong inside the bomb site once he falls in. So great performance from him as well as his teammate in the B bomb site. JKS just holding off that B hit, so it's handled really, really well. 4-4. Now this is the last buy of Cloud9, really. They bought through a little bit of the losing bonus, but they're essentially out of money on 3 players here. So their last chance to kind of get back on the board, maybe slow down some of this pressure from Renegades. But they've got to find an avenue to go. Still, this double op setup for Renegades has been doing pretty good so far early on.
And as C9 groups up towards middle once more, not a lot of pressure in the tunnels this time, so finally abandoning that. It's initially abandoning that mid to B hit as they keep their eyes gazed over towards the A site once again. Already putting some pressure back over towards Cat. Just sitting back for now as they line up the actual hit. But Renegades remain spread out here. The only pressure that they can put against the players of C9 should they push up towards Cat is going to be the op play coming in from Yam. And as soon as they can rotate it back over, it would be Ustila helping out or Azure if he gives up mid control. Smoking it off. Going to be falling back into that little area of sitting behind the boxes once more, but not spotting anything as of yet as C9 goes back to that very slow style of play, running down the clock a lot, which is dangerous when you consider the fact that they don't really have a whole lot of intel as to what's sitting outside on this A-bomb site, but thankfully for them, most of the Renegades are either just not here to begin with or in fairly default positions. So now the execute begins. Smoke rolls out. Freakazoid's going to find that first entry. Dropping down into CT, finds Azza. I don't even think Yam realizes just how close of an encounter this is going to be. He tries to jump in the smoke. Ustilo saves his life initially, but then Skadoo trades it back by shutting down Yam. A good attempt to play to save his own life, but it's really not going to pay off. Things are brought down to a 4v3. C9 has good control. Ustilo kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, so he's just going to get aggressive, pushing back up towards that A bomb site. Without them really knowing he's here, this could prove dangerous, but Freakazoid just flashed it. They've got a good idea, and Sponge and JKS both just went down. He's the only man left alive. Moving in, catches Freakazoid, but now they know exactly where he is, and they can play to his position.
Yeah, he's going to have to try and save this weapon because Shroud just obliterated the rotations. He was playing the long lurk role, and normally that's the one who wants to come out and take out a player like Ustilo, but he kind of, alters his position, goes back towards mid. For whatever reason, maybe his teammates called, don't worry about long, we can guard it. So he goes back towards mid, watches the flank, and just slaughters the two members trying to get up catwalk from Renegades. So a 5th round for Cloud9 now. And the money from Renegades, it really can't sustain this. Ustilo can drop one over, but they'd essentially only have 2 rifles. So this might just be a save for Renegades. A good opportunity for Cloud9 to widen the gap on the scoreboard.
Now with Renegades only having this rifle, the question is what kind of a setup will they work for this time? Do they gamble it again on going for a big stack towards one of the sites, or do they continue to play the default, hoping they can impact with those P250s? And it's looking like the majority of their players are going to try to go for a fast cut over towards mid to get some control there. Hazard's already been lit as well. He's at a 2 HP. They read that initially. Stewie gets a first kill onto Ustilo, but yeah, good aim coming out from him. He is able to take down Stewie, and this allows some more of his teammates to roll back out there and hold mid control. So it's going to split up C9 a little bit, but without them putting any pressure over towards T-spawn, they can wrap the bomb, and as well, Shroud, who's playing with him, they can wrap those other players inside of the tunnels and then just go for a pretty straightforward B hit, especially now that they know it's an eco round.
Yeah, Yam has this M4, and I think he's going to be on the mission. I'm not even sure why he's coming out. I was going to say, it should just be a situation where he tries to save this M4 into the next round. JKS is going to need a drop, and if Yam can get away with that, it'd be huge. Trying to do a little bit of damage, see if he can get any kind of a miracle cross, but now that Sponge has fallen, yeah, Yam's just going to book it back towards Pit. JKS is the only one nearby. It's going to be a 6th round for Cloud9. JKS maybe even going towards mid to find that AK-47. He's going to get it for free. So now they just have to survive this round. And Cloud9, actually, they don't have a lot of money built up, so I doubt they go for any kind of very aggressive hunt for these weapons. So pretty good that Renegades is going to get out with 2 rifles. Also a kit on Yam is a pretty big deal, and the Molotov on JKS. So salvaging whatever they can into the next round, but Cloud9 looking good so far here.
They're going to start to move out a little bit now, but mainly to keep themselves alive, as you can see from Shroud. He's checking to see if there's anybody positioned outside in the T courtyard. Not going to be finding them there, and actually just posting up now with the rest of his teammates sitting behind him inside of the site a little bit. He'll give the all clear, and the rest can retreat outside of the site and into that courtyard now, where they'll be able to save their own guns. Not going to challenge it. Let Renegades be able to save those 2 rifles, considering they would be going for a buy regardless of the next round. But this is a bit dangerous, because if they do pick it up, they'll be able to get their economy started off a little bit early here now, as they don't have to invest as much into this next round. But here comes the buys. It's going to include the op on the Yam. He should have no trouble putting up armor and everything else behind it. Same thing for mostly the rest of this team now.
Now it's Freakazoid turn with the AWP, the good spawn for long. He's going to go grab the angle, see if anyone appears at the corner, and he's going to see absolutely nothing. This is an adjustment in the defense. 2 members in B, 2 members in mid. Azur's all alone on catwalk, so very much looking for mid control as Renegades, and actually they're going to push into lower B. Nothing's going to be under a lot of pressure here. And he's going to find that first kill, but Ustilo trades it off, and now Cloud9 kind of has the idea of what's going on. So you can see they're going to aggressively take up long. Nothing on the death cam. Had to have at least spotted 2, maybe 3. So already into the A bomb site is Cloud9. They've got one over towards Gandalf with the Molotovs right out. Azur, that smoke saves your life, but for how long? I imagine someone's going to push forward, try and hunt him down. There's Stewie, through the box, through the smoke. He finds a kill. One more on catwalk. Ustilo. Stewie recovers nicely and gets a second one. Renegades locked out of this bomb site. Stewie still going strong. 3 kills for him, and he wants to chase down this 4th as well. Not aware that he's in CT spawn. Free kill for JKS, but the damage has been done. Cloud9 is going to take a 7th round.
No way the guys over here on the side of the Renegades are going to be able to pull off this retaker, specifically JKS. He's found an op on the ground. We'll be looking to see if he can retrieve it here, but holding back for a little bit to try and kill anyone who would immediately move in and look to find a frag on him. Pot flash is perfect, though. He almost is able to find that kill on a Freakazoid, but a little off the mark, so he only brings it down to 66 HP. A good play from C9, and again, the Renegades continuing to play this aggressively on the CT side, losing way too many lives before the bomb is even on the ground, making these retakes basically impossible. And again, this will be putting them into another eco round.
What a sick round from Stewie there, just establishing control of that A bomb site as soon as he gets into it. Renegades are reeling. Well, they won 2 in this big streak that Cloud9's had. It's been a 7-2 run. So a little bit tough for them, and now Cloud9 just looking to blow their way into this B bomb site. Abusing it. Skadoodle's going to open things up with 2 kills with the AWP. One coming through window, that's Yam. Skadoodle's going to get him on the jump as well. So free bomb site essentially for Cloud9. They take very little damage on that entry.
Renegades with nothing else to do. They're just going to group themselves up over here towards Cat. Same story as many, many rounds now. They can't retake, just going to post up and look for a kill or two. C9 may be going out to hunt, but there's really no reason to even do that when you consider what they have invested in P250s. Those aren't the most consequential guns if you allow them to escape with it. But Stewie's already found Naza. And Estilo, I've not been expecting 2 players to be over here towards Cat, but Stewie ducks down after being dinked to 3 HP. Gonna wait for some support, but actually cancel that. He just peeks right back up, finds the frag onto Estilo. And C9 have a huge lead here, 8-4, as Renegades once again come into another buy round. But these initial holds have to be much better, as otherwise C9 just going to continue to mow through it, and they are going to take a bit of a pause here to hopefully rethink their strat on the CT side.
Yeah, this pause is for that exact reason, is that they have to start getting going on this defense right now, and they have to figure out a way to slow things down. And the question is, are they going to go to that double op setup they used earlier? Yam had one, Sponge, I believe, was the other one in the B bomb site. So that's kind of the big question that they have to decide if they want to go for it. Sponge would be on Glass Cannon, unless JKS drops an op over to him, but actually, yeah, that's a little curious. That's a little bit of a mistake in your buying pattern, that Sponge could have dropped an M4 to JKS, and JKS could have dropped the ALP, and they both could have had armor. But instead, this is the choice they make. They're going to move forward with it.
So JKS just is going to invest on his own, and we will have the 1 glass cannon op coming in on Sponge now. Whereas the rest of the team is going to be sitting pretty stable. But still now, the power of this double op setup has to come in right here, right now. C9's running away with this half. And look, C9, now that they know they might be trying for something a little bit trickier, they're just going to go for the basics. They won't even give Renegades any time to try and set this up. Already 4 players inside of the tunnels getting ready to push themselves out onto the B bomb site. A slow creep to push themselves out as the smoke comes in, but they're already beyond this. Freakazoid catches the first entry, shuts down JKS. They're going to deny access for Sponge. He'll be smoked off. He's just going to have to go for the lucky shot here. Not going to find it. Way too early on that. And also keep in mind the positioning right now from Stewie as well in middle. Picking up a first kill. Almost gets the timing to take down Sponge, but as he falls back, Sponge misses his connection. He finishes off Yam on Cat and then cakes down Sponge as well through the mid doors. He's still on Cat. Ustilo finally gets the angle advantage to eliminate him, but the damage has already been done in a very big way. Ustilo's the last man alive. He's got a 1v4 and again has to fall back and save.
Yeah, Stewie has really come alive here. This is some sick stuff from him these past few rounds, but Sponge has got to be so frustrated being inside that bomb site with JKS initially and then just kind of backing off at the wrong moment, right when Cloud9 just walks in for a contact play. Neither of them took the wide angle, over towards platform, so they really had no warning this was coming. No one was peeking deep into that B tunnels, and there was no smoke there. So again, a little bit of a blunder, and that's another situation where if Renegades had bought properly, if Sponge didn't have to go glass cannon, maybe they have that second smoke to utilize. Maybe they're not too worried about using that early on to slow that kind of a play down. But either way, they get punished for it. And now Cloud9, I mean, they can buy whatever they want for the rest of this half. They're all sitting around $10,000, except for Stewie on 5K. But I mean, there's plenty of money in the coffers of Cloud9 to work whatever they want moving forward.
So it's back to the slow setup now from C9. I think they're expecting something a bit desperate to come out from the Renegades, but not the case. Actually shifting a lot more presence over towards A than what we're used to. They just moved the 2 players away from B. Only going to be keeping JKS here for the time being. And Yam will be able to rotate in if assistance is needed. 3 players positioned on long. Sponge a little bit more fully committed as he's past the actual long doors themselves and is wrapped just around the corner. 2 more playing together. You've got both Ustilo and Azur watching out for a cat play, or combined with a long play as well. But C9 just going to hold back, same as before, let the timer run down a little bit, see if they can catch anybody on the cross. And if not, it's probably looking like it will end up being an execute over towards Cat. Actually, probably going to be mid-B now as the bomb is moving through the tunnels.
Yeah, well, it seems like, Cloud9 might try and probe up Catwalk a little bit. Freakazoid and Stewie here, they have had some drop plays, but actually this might just turn into a situation much like last round where Stewie turns into the lurk. Instead of mid, it's going to be on Catwalk, so he'll be able to drop in a CT spawn if he thinks that's the opportune play to make. Meanwhile, again, Cloud9 just going to abuse this B bomb site. They've spotted out JKS as well. He falls. There's no one here. This bomb site is wide open. And here comes Stewie as well. He's looking to make this impact flash out, but he's not ready for Ustilo to be inside the bomb site. It's a 4-on-4. But there's no utility for Renegades to really... They have 2 flashbangs. They have no kits. This is going to have to be some kind of miraculous retake onto this bomb site.
Molly goes up to the window area, a little bit beyond that, but still is going to deny the actual area of these guys pushing up towards it. And they're all just grouped up outside of the doorway now. No one's pushing for tunnels control or anything, so they've got plenty of reinforcements to roll back in. They actually push past that Molly, so Sponge with an aggressive play, and it works out. He finds a second kill on a Skadoodle and the third on a Freakazoid. Sponge just turned into an absolute monster there and is moving in for the retake. All you've got left is nothing. He's found 2 kills, and keep in mind, it's the full 10-second defuse. He moves in. Finally, we've seen that kill moving in, but thankfully, it looks like Sponge, finishing off that last kill, should have just enough time left to defuse this bomb. It's actually going to be very close, and oh, he just manages to grab it there, but that would have been absolutely miraculous there if nothing had pulled that off, just by denying that for a couple of extra seconds.
Those flashbangs must have been perfect, because the Cloud9 gave so much ground. Renegades got so far to the bomb site before anyone responded. I mean, for the retake to get 3 straight kills, when you have 3 members essentially in a triangle, 1 platform, 1 tunnel, 1 right next to the doors, I mean, that's multiple crossfires that should be effective. Either way, Renegades somehow makes that work. Sponge with a huge round, and again, Cloud9's just going to go right back towards B. They've essentially done this 3 to 4 times in a row, and they've gotten in every time, so you can see how nervous JKS is. He drops the smoke just now, but they're already past it. They're going to swing out. Stewie wins that opening duel, and now it's Yam on the rotate. AWP in the window, he's going to swing out, misses the flick, and now he's forced away. No armor, Molotovs and smokes out in the choke point. Nothing he can really do here. It's going to be another retake, and Renegades has to go for it. It's the last round of the half.
As they're so far away, but finally regrouping with his teammates now. Doesn't catch nothing. He would push down to the lower tunnels, though. Catches him completely unawares of the situation, but Ustilo, he's into this site. Nobody even sees him there. Thankfully, it's cleaned up very quickly by Shroud and Stewie as they round it back with 3 more kills of their own. So C9 ends the half with a monster lead in their favor coming off of the TF. 10-5 now, with Renegades showing a lot of problems on that CT side.
Yeah, Cloud9 went on a huge run there. That was massive. Really good stuff from them, and a lot of it was just, I mean, it was nothing special. It was kind of just group up and hit a bomb site and play the trade game, and you can do that because they had the money so beat up towards the end of that half that they knew that there wasn't a lot of smokes and Molotovs for Renegades to use to lock them out of those kind of plays. So just playing the trade game, Cloud9 goes out to a huge lead.
And now onto this T side, essentially Renegades have to start off flawlessly, or otherwise we're going to be probably in a situation where they're going to be calling GG very, very quickly here. C9 on the CT side now, or actually, in the past, they had been showing quite a few issues, but as of more recent times, they're actually starting to show this is their more prominent side as of late. So with this being their much more comfortable side, with nothing maybe not having to be so proactive, at least at the beginning of these rounds with the calling and whatnot, it being more on some of his other teammates to call some things out, might improve the overall potency of C9 here as well.
Listen, let's talk about the important things.
What are the important things?
Stickers have been released.
Oh, that's very important. Is that what matters in your life, Moses?
Nah, I don't have a sticker.
You don't own a single sticker?
I probably have a couple from like one of the earlier majors, but yeah.
Oh.
These ones look pretty cool though.
Are they?
Yeah, but back into the action now. And look at this, a lot of pressure in mid for Skadoodle eats a ton of bullets. Down to 15 HP early on. That's just a clock long range, but upper B push from Cloud9. Stewie falls, nothing, the last one left. He's trying to fall back, and he's got to fight as he does it. They're hot on his heels, but they back off right at the last second. Freakazoid gets cleaned out. Ustilo as well, pushing up long, finds Shroud. So it's going to be pissed around for Renegades. Cloud9 has just gotten cleaned out on this one. Oh, what a shot from JKS as well. Right through the smoke, and it's just down to Skadoodle. No one falls from Renegades.
Quick plays from Renegades too, so they hold on, they get good control of the situation before it gets out of control, and now they're going to be the ones to hold the advantage. 2 pistol rounds for them in this map, trading it off a bit from C9, who took control of both of the ones on the previous map back over on Train. Well, they get to control things early on, and will be able to bounce back quite nicely if they don't have any problems with these anti-ecos. C9, true to the way that they have been buying over the past couple of weeks, actually going to take it light on the second round. Just going to be bringing mainly P250s. There's a random Deagle sitting on Stewie. Beyond that, they're either sticking to the defaults of the P250s, not investing that much at all from the side of C9 here.
Yeah, they've been showing some restraint. You know, thinking back towards Train, some very conservative decisions when it comes to their money, to their economy. It paid off at times in that matchup. And here, I mean, not investing armor into the second round. They have some rounds to play with. They have a big lead. They can just go into the 4th round really comfortable with their buy, and Stewie hits a stunner on a Sponge, but JKS responds with 2 quick kills to alleviate any pressure. A third for JKS as well. So good stuff, and Cloud9's just getting mopped up.
And no problems with it at all, of course. So only going to be losing Sponge in that round. cleaning it up, essentially. Not that we would expect C9 to really be able to hold that off with the kind of investment they brought, and it's probably going to be the same thing on this round. No real reason to. Just save up for that first gun run. You still even have the lead, too, so they're still going to have a 2-round cushion once they are able to get the guns in hand. So better to focus on that, making sure you can get the full outbuy and everything on Skadoodle. And then from there, you'll try to work to maintain your lead.
Azure has the position over towards long. Cloud9 looks like they want to peek it. It's all about the pop flash, but he still has made his way into this B bomb site, and actually nothing's going for the fight there, but can't land the shots. And all of Cloud9 rotates back towards the B bomb site. They spot it, so it's going to be all on Ustillo just with this P90. A lot of pressure is going to be put on, but Renegades, they're not committing to this B bomb site whatsoever. Ustillo's going to try and get aggressive towards Windows, spots Stewie, sprays away, jumps, gets the kill out of Stewie. And now it's just for the rest of Renegades to clean this all out. A couple members in mid from Cloud9. Freakazoid does fall. Skadoodle the last one left. Not long for this world. And it's going to be the gun round up next. 10-8 is going to be the scoreline in the favor of Cloud9.
And Skadoodle, not a whole lot he'll be able to do, so just posting up behind Xbox. I'm pretty sure they already know he's out here as well. You can see from the Renegades. They've got both Azure and Yan. The Molly goes into the position he was holding previously. There we go. They found him. And Azure is going to be able to take him down. So it's 8-10. Renegades do manage to push their way through rounds number 2 and 3, essentially because C9 lets them do it there by buying up quietly. They don't even try to resist it on the second round, so not too surprising to see them coming back. But now, of course, the big investment comes out from C9, as they are going to buy up on this first gun round, and they've saved specifically for it. Skadoodle, they're able to get the armor behind his op, along with a single flash to work with as well. So these guys are not playing around at all here. They're going to try to take control very quickly, now that they've been able to buy up with the rifles.
Pretty standard setup out of Cloud9 so far. Skadoodle grabs the angle on Catwalk. Shroud's going to be in CT spawn. He'll rotate back and forth. Freakazoid long all alone at the moment. And it looks like 3 members of Renegades are going to group up outside of the long cave. And wait for maybe a delayed long take is going to be in the play. But, I mean, everyone else from Renegades is just kind of watching for any kind of aggression. Azur's going to get up onto Catwalk. He's going to go against Skadoodle all alone. Skadoodle's waiting for some kind of flash, and here it comes. Now he's going to peek, and he grabs that kill. Really nicely played from Skadoodle. Outplays Azure. Now it's on Freakazoid. Through the smoke comes JKS. He falls, and Sponge immediately afterwards. Freakazoid holds really, really strong. And this hit from Renegades is pretty much just collapsed.
They try to combine their players now over here towards middle. They'll succeed in doing so, but even if they get themselves up through mid and get control by taking down Nothing, where do they go from here? Because they can't get beyond this general area. Nothing's holding. I don't even think Yam is paying attention to that position right now. He's going to be looking out. Shroud finds the first kill. Yam is able to adjust, but can't find the second pickup on the Shroud. He reacts too quickly. And C9 pick up the first gun round just as they had planned. Nothing, the only player that goes down as well, so not going to lose a whole lot of cash there by dropping players and trading out kills.
And that was a really clean round from Cloud9. That was really well done. That outplay by Skadoodle was really nice to watch. And now Stewie's got an AWP as well. So double up setup from Cloud9. Full AK buy on the side of Renegades. And actually 3 of them are going to push through Suicide down mid. So that's a little bit dangerous for a delayed peek from an Opper. But trying to go aggressive in mid, maybe shave off a couple of those precious seconds. And they are just going to walk out. It's going to be on Nothing to spot this. Shroud has not rotated back quite yet. Skadoodle's going to appear that way as well. And now he sees the cross.
The timing on the flash is perfect too because it held Nothing back. Gives them time to push back up here. So Nothing is going to take a risky peek. He moves out, finds one pickup on Hazard, but JKS able to trade it. Good shots from Stewie though. Does miss another one. Sponge is pushing himself out, but Sponge, he's all alone now. And in comes Shroud back over through the window. Shuts out Sponge before any more damage can be done. C9 right back in the driver's seat of this one, bringing themselves to 12-8. And for Renegades, well, they've been broken, so not really going to see a big buy from them this time. Just a couple upgraded pistols.
Yeah, that's brutal. 2 rounds in a row where Cloud9 just utterly dominates Renegades. So, yeah, back on the pistols. What damage can they do? The money's going to start building up for Cloud9 as well. They've got a big lead at 12-8. This would, I mean, going 2-0 against Renegades tonight would be great for them to move up in the league. They were 6th in the standings when the night began. Renegades was 2nd, so this would be huge for Cloud9 if they're able to convert this one into a win. And Renegades, again, a couple piling up Catwalk. 4 of them are going to be there. Actually, all 5 are about to join up. It's only 1 flashbang onto Sponge. They're going to be up against the op of Skadoodle, and even Shroud hasn't rotated back towards CT spawn.
Skadoodle able to quickly put himself there behind the ramp before any damage can be done, and there we go. Sponge is the only one that's even found a kill so far to take down Shroud. Down to a 4v2. They will force themselves in here. It looks like they get the plan at the very least, so Sponge accomplishes that, but now they've got to try and hold, and, well, they're not going to be able to hold off for very long, and C9 overtake that pretty quickly, just overwhelming them with the pure numbers and utility advantage that they did have. Very easily will be able to pull off this defuse, and they will find a 13th round, but they did allow them to get the plant. which is going to propel them with a little bit more cash here and give them the full buy they want to have.
There was going to be a buy either way, so giving up the plant isn't the biggest issue. It might allow for some extra flashbangs on the side of Renegades, maybe a Molotov here or there, but overall not a big issue for Cloud9. Much more wise for Skadoodle to just stay alive and save, not have to rebuy the nades in the armor and everything that comes along with his buy. That would have been super expensive. So lets him have it and then just cleans up afterwards. That's 3 rounds in a row. Cloud9's only lost 3 members in total in those rounds. So they're stocking up a lot of money here. Skadoodle's at 8,500, Freakazoid at 7,800. So they're looking good right now down the stretch of this match.
Renegades grouping up once again in the area over here towards middle. Freakazoid, same positioning from him, trying to resist a long push. Don't know if he's going to be obliged this time, though. His Renegades might have been scared away from pushing that angle after things went so horribly last time. Moving themselves out towards mid pretty quickly. But again, same problem as the last time they tried to do this on a gun round. They're frozen here. And they're not really too keen on pushing out beyond this. They've got the flashbangs, one not to worry about, but one comes in from the CTs, and they fall back to a certain degree. A little bit of hesitance even coming in from C9, but the smoke's going to come in, and that's enough awkwardness for Renegades to get the hell out of here. They're going to fall back and now have to go to plan B.
Yeah, nice crossfire setup in mid from Cloud9 have really negated any kind of pressure that Renegades wants to put on that map. They can't gain control. They can't find a pick like they want to with the AWP on Yam. So now they're forced back towards the B bomb site. They're going to run into the op of Stewie. There's a smoke here and they're boosting over it. Stewie's got to be very careful. But the Molotov is going to force this stack away. Well timed. And Stewie playing it very passively, not peeking because Yam has the angle. Oh, but there's the peek and he gets the kill anyways. Swift shot from Stewie, and now it's all up to Renegades. A split onto the A bomb site is basically all they have left at this point because nothing has pushed into upper B tunnels.
Renegades are being held back so much, though, and they're not expecting Freakazoid to be hiding out here behind the dumpster, so he's going to catch a one-for-one trade. The pressure's still very slow coming in from the T's. The bomb's been dropped over on Cat, and they've just lost Azar as well, so it's just on JKS. He's found 2 kills already, but only has 13 seconds left to either get this bomb on the floor or kill the 3 remaining members from C9. No way in hell he's going to do either of those things, so just time to fall back and see if he can keep the op in hand. Not going to happen, but thankfully for JKS, at the very least, he goes down before the timer expires, so he'll get the losing money. But now C9 in full control, up to 14 rounds. And on this one, Renegades have no choice. They have to force up because C9 just have too big of a lead.
Yeah, this is brutal stuff. That kill by Stewie was really nice, but also, the decision by Nothing to push into upper B tunnels after that, feeling there's no more pressure there. That flight comes to fruition at the exact right time. There was only one player trying to work his way up Catwalk who had the bomb, and Nothing picks him off. So no matter what kills go that way, that round was essentially over. Yustilo gets out long all on his own, but he falls, so it's going to be this B hit. Stewie has it delayed with the Molotov, and now he's got an op on the angle.
Flash is going to roll out. Renegades going for a quick execution towards the B bomb site. Smoke in their favor, but there's a nade that hits right into the face of Azar, and it's been ripped apart. Azar's down, Yam's down, Sponge is dead. JKS falls to the op of Stewie, and they get absolutely destroyed. Nicely played by C9, holding it flawlessly. And now for the Renegades, the same story. They'll force up, but with the way things went that last round, it's not going to be looking too good, because regardless of the outcome of this one, you've allowed C9 to build up a very strong bank.
Yeah, they have to win so many in a row, not only to come back, but just to break the economy of Cloud9. They have to do it the hard way, where there's no chance of, evening or closing the gap in the scoreline with easy against pistols. And now, they're gonna go fast out mid. Nothing's here. Stewie gets the first kill. Nothing throws the pop flash. He's gonna peek with it, but there's no more pressure. Meanwhile, 2 in upper B, 2 working their way up Catwalk. But Renegades really have no foot to stand on in this round. This is slowly just collapsing.
Renegades already losing Yam early on. Good shots coming out from Stewie. Still doing work with that op. The Renegades just try to group up in mid. This is the standard spot to go on the T side, where you just want to wait down some time and just going to be hanging out here now. T's are throwing, or CT's apologies, throwing in the mollies. CT's tried to throw out a smoke, but that molly that came from the CT's was perfectly timed because it was just as they were about to smoke off CT to try to make a push over here to get through the middle and then push up to the B bomb site. More nades coming in, some damage connecting on Azar. But now they're going to move through, trying to very quickly get themselves up cap. But there's Skadoodle doing work with the op. Shroud holds CT as well, so they attempted a mid-push, fails completely. And JKS and Ustilo just going to get decimated. Nicely done on the CT side from C9. They hold strong, and they're going to take this second map, giving them 2 matches tonight against the Renegades. And unfortunately for the Renegades, not going to pick up either one of those. So that might bump their position down in the league quite a bit, and finally allow C9 above a couple points in the rankings as well.
Yeah, that was really nice showing from Cloud9. That defense on Dust2 was just brutal. Those gun rounds were so nicely done from them. Renegades could find absolutely nothing. So huge win from them. But we are going to, on that note, go to a quick break because we are a little bit behind schedule. So these next matches are going to start up very, very quickly. The next one coming up is CLG versus Complexity. And we'll bring that to you as soon as they start joining the server after the break. So stay tuned.